How's it going, YouTube? This is Weston, Weston's Toys and Collectibles, and today we're going to take a look at one of these two. We're going to look at Hook, but I want to just go over everything that comes in the Commander Class 2-pack of Hook and Long Haul before we get into it. And then the second video, will be me going over Long Haul, the combination, and then, final thoughts. But right now we're just going to go ahead and look at the accessories that come with the set and Hook. So we'll go ahead and pull Long Haul off to the side because, we'll look at him later. First of the accessories is this trailer that will transform into the waist and crotch of and thighs of Devastator. You can see the waist pieces here. This is this will combine with Long Haul, and then it's a trailer. So that's first. Then we have the middle part of the chest plate as well as the wings for the chest plate, and these can store onto the trailer. So these will go. This will go here. There's some tabs that go into slots underneath there. And then there's these tabs here on the side, and those will go into the slots here on the wings. And we looked at the wings with their compatibility with Scrapper in the Scrapper video. But yeah, these two will just tab right onto the sides. So there's that so far. It also comes with the fist parts for Devastator. We looked at this one already when we looked at Bone Crusher, but he has one for left and one for right. So what we can do with these is pull this little post out here on each of them, and these will plug into the ports here at the top. So we'll just plug these in as missile pods, and they are blast effect compatible. Here are the blast effect, so they're 5mm ports, so they are blast effect compatible, so you can put blast effects on those if you want to. So we'll go ahead and pull this out now that we're done with this. We'll look at that more when we get into the Long Haul video. Also, the set comes with Long Haul's blaster, which can split into two parts. We'll look at that in Long Haul's video. And then it comes with Hook's blaster. It has a little 3mm port here, post right there. So you can plug that on like that. And that's how you store his blaster in his vehicle mode. Size comparison with the other guys we've looked at so far. Here are Scrapper and Bone Crusher with Hook. And then we'll just throw Long Haul in here real quick, just, you can get a good size, good sense to start. They look good. They look good together. They're really well scaled, I think. Other than Bone Crusher probably being a bit big, but that's just whatever they're doing there. So, and then here's the other comparison we want to go ahead and do. We have the G1 Hook. So yeah, very much, you can definitely see where all the details show through and how faithful this guy is to the original figure. He's pretty much everything there. So yeah, looks good. So Hook, he can roll. He's got all 6 wheels that roll. They are all pinned in. This guy's really heavy too. He's hefty, which is really nice. All these Constructicons have been pretty hefty, and really all the stuff that's come out from the Studio Series 86 Constructicons and the Age of the Prime stuff, all that has been really, really nice. It feels nice. It feels strong, robust. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break or anything. It doesn't feel too flimsy like a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff we've gotten with Siege, definitely the Combiner Wars Devastator felt really flimsy. But yeah, so this doesn't feel like that. This does extend a little bit. It extends about 2 inches there, so you can do with whatever you want with that. I think it just, you know, collapses down to here because there's that screw right there. It would have been nice if they had like a longer bit that could come out further, that maybe had like a channel in it for that screw, but it's alright. As it is, it's fine. It does have a couple clicking points right there. It clicks, and that makes it the perfect length for robot mode to kind of be like a little bit of back support, and then it clicks past that point. You hear it, maybe. There's just a little click, and then it clicks into place like that. So yeah, a little bit closer on that blaster. Very much like the original G1 blaster he had. I will proceed to lose it. The hook, or the boom arm, does come off. It's on a 5mm port, so it can be wielded as well. But yeah, another thing to note is the hands do stay out for vehicle mode. It seems like you'd want to fold them in, but they don't fit right if you fold them in, so they do stay out for vehicle mode. Underneath, you can kind of see how everything's going to work. It works pretty much exactly like the Combiner Wars hook. So let's go ahead and get down to transformation. So first thing we're going to do is pull these back. Sometimes they're on the same pin. They are separate pieces, but sometimes when you pull one of them up, both of them will come up. I found more likely than not that when I pull this one up, both of them come up. And when I pull this one up, it usually just comes up on its own. But anyway, pull those up, and then we can go ahead and make sure that this is over like this, because it's going to go ahead and fit over this purple block here. So pull it off these 4 tabs. There's 2 on each arm, and I think there's another tab in the torso that tabs into this back piece. But pull it off there and just bring it down, and it will tab into the purple block here, and then we can pull the arms out. And there's tabs that go into the feet, so you want to pull the arms out first, and then we can pull the feet down and then untab those from the shins, and then kind of get that out of the way so we can pull this whole block out. Like I said, it's very much the Combiner Wars version, but kind of made better. And then these clip together. I'm glad it's clips and a tab rather than the single post. On my Combiner Wars version, the post that held it together broke, so it wasn't very sturdy in vehicle mode or even combined mode. And then you want to bring his shoulders down, bring his arms down. You can kind of bend his elbows, and then bring these panels down. And then, like I said, this will pull out to that first click, and that's just enough to provide back support here. He doesn't necessarily need it, but sometimes he does. And then we'll go ahead and give him his blaster. And yeah, so he looks pretty good. He's got a little bit of paint here, paint on the shins here, and then of course all this purple paint back here that you don't really see it. He's got a tiny little Decepticon badge right here on his chest. Nice red visor, silver paint on his face. It's pretty nice. His head's shaped really well. He does have a ball jointed head, so he can look up and look down and wag to the sides a little bit. He has universal shoulders. They don't go all the way around just due to the backpack, so you can get up there. You can pull it out to the side to get all the way around, but that's kind of a cheat. And then of course he has the joint here as well, joint here, so you can get his arm up pretty far. Let me pull this up a little bit so you can just see. There you go. You can get his arm up pretty far. He has a bicep swivel right between the 2 wheels, and he has a double jointed elbow but that wheel kind of gets in the way, so you don't get a whole lot out of it, but it does get you there. You can get 90 degrees there and then a little bit more. The way these wheels are molded, it almost looks like the rim has like, it looks like the rubber's coming off the rim. Just the way it's molded. It's all one single plastic piece, so it's kind of weird that it's like that. Nothing in the torso just due to the way he has to transform for the combined mode. He has universal hips that go forward that far and back that far, so you get that full Monty. And then you get, these kind of have to come up to get his arms out, but you do have a full spread and then some. It goes out pretty far. That full Van Damme split. And then he has the thigh swivel. It's a double mushroom peg, which is good. I like that. Knee bends just under 90 degrees. The other side might be... Nope, the other side's the same. Just under 90 degrees. And you do have to be mindful when bending the knee back, because like it wanted to pop apart like that. It's just this little tiny tab that's holding it together. So yeah, be mindful of that. And then he has an ankle rocker like that, and then the toe tilt forward. And if you get the toe tilt forward like that, you can get the rocker even further if you needed that, which you shouldn't. Really shouldn't need much more than that. That's pretty good for a rocker. And then, but yeah, just because you get all that, so you can actually do, you know, full Van Damme split and have his feet firmly on the ground. So nothing at the fists, just because they fold in like that for combined mode, and only for combined mode, which is kind of funny. Anyway, because this is on a 5mm port, you can also plug it into his arm if you wanted. His arm is not strong enough to hold it up. That joint is. The shoulder joint's pretty tight, but this elbow joint here is loosey-goosey. This bottom elbow joint's pretty good though. But yeah, so you can do that if you wanted. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's Hook. And he's everything that you'd want out of a Hook. And then here he is compared to his G1 counterpart. So yeah, you can see definitely long torso, and then the silver legs. They don't really have this all, you know, going on here, but that's all right. I'm all right with, you know, this mechanical detailing on his legs rather than the, you know, cabin here. And then here he is with Siege Megatron. Here he is with SS-86 Optimus, and here he is with Bombshell, just to get the same guys we had. So he's a bit tall for a deluxe. He's short for a Voyager, and you know, so he's right there between deluxe and Voyager. He is the tallest of the Constructicons, bar Long Haul, who is the largest. I don't remember if he's necessarily the tallest. I haven't had him in their individual robot modes for a minute. Been a couple days, so I think he's just a little bit taller than Long Haul, but we'll look at that when we get to Long Haul's video. I'm also going to do the group comparison when we get to Long Haul's video. But yeah, so this has been Hook, and he's pretty good. He's very much just the Combiner Wars 1, but improved upon in his robot mode and vehicle modes. Now, we can look at the combined form real quick, because we have a little bit of time. So we'll go ahead and transform him to his combined mode. So first, what you want to do, take this fist, take both of his fists and fold them in. And then we're going to kind of just go back toward vehicle mode with his upper body to start. Tuck his arms in, bring this up, and then this whole part here will scoot over. It's on a double hinge, but it's a very short joint, so you can't really see in there, but it just kind of scoots it over. And then flip this open. And then we'll pull this arm down for the time being, just so we can pull out the combined mode head. And we can tuck that back in. And then we'll pull this arm down, and we'll leave that in this downward position. The legs we're also going to fold up. Let's go ahead and pull all this out, though. There's 2 double joints, and so we'll pull all that out so we can fold these legs up into their vehicle mode configuration as well. Lock it all together. And then we're going to make sure this arm's out of the way and fold this, and this will tab in right there. I think I got it. Yeah. And then this tab will go into here. So you'll make sure that these joints are all straight and plug it all together just like so. And then flip this head down and flip out the face. Bring the head back down, rotate it, and then we're going to bring this out. And bring this out here, and that is his combined mode. So yeah, looks pretty good. In the second part, we will go ahead and look at long haul and then do the combination. So until then, till all are one.